Hello, fellow star stuff. Hello, happy rarer Saturday stream? I don't usually stream on Saturdays, at least not anymore. It tends to conflict with other things. But I am here today. I am here, and we are back with some more. With some more Ever 17, The Out of Infinity. First off, apologies. I know I was supposed to stream this on Thursday, and what ended up happening is that I ended up working a lot, so I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know if I can really have the energy to do the voices. So I swapped Neva, not to be confused with Neva 7, Neva with this game instead. And I will say that Friday I woke up and I was feeling super sick. I was coming down with a cold, so I didn't know if I was gonna be able to stream today, but I seem to be doing a lot better today, so I'm not too worried about it. But if you hear me like mute for whatever reason and go silent, I'm probably coughing a little bit, but it seems like I'm avoiding the worst of it, so I'm not really worried about it. The infinity never ends. It truly doesn't. It truly doesn't. We're back with another game, and there might be another game after this. So, hello, Black Blue. I hope you've been doing well. But yes, yeah. So, if anything, it's like if it's like maybe at some point I quit with the voices or whatever else, it's just like I'll do my best. I'll do my best. But I'm not 100% today. But I still want to play the game. I still want to play the game. So. It happens. It does happen. Hello, Albert. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you've been doing well. Yes. So last time, oh joy, I've been dreading this recap. I've been dreading it. I don't know what to think. I don't know. Last time we started the game, there was a lemur who was being bitten by a girl who was being bitten by a dog. And Takashi was like, wow, that tanuki looks pretty crazy. And everyone was like, what? What are you talking about? And then anyway, the game begins. We seem to be flip-flopping back and forth between our protagonist Takashi here, who... the game doesn't clarify this. It does say that he's a man, so I'm guessing he's maybe college age based on how he looks. Some sort of college student who's trying to meet up with his friends here at this underwater amusement park, which is Limu, and the perspective of Kid, who is seemingly younger, seemingly a kid, who he seems to be kind of out of it, doesn't really know who he is or why he's here, but he's like, I'm looking for someone. I just don't know who. He did meet up with one character who looks like she's in middle school and was like, it's like, hey, that's her, that's definitely her, but they got separated, so he was never able to follow up with that. But all good, gotta take things in stride. Yes, I appreciate it, Black Blue. Thank you. I have wonderful tea here, so if I ever need it, I'll take some sips of it. But so a lemur at Limu, basically that. Who would have thunk it? And I guess Takashi he just didn't know. He just didn't know. But there was this scene essentially in which we're switching back and forth between the protagonists. We're switching between Takashi and Kid, just back and forth until it sort of blends together into this insanity, and it coincides with at the same time in which there seems to be something happening with the amusement park, and there's like an emergency and people are evacuating. So, as it looks like right now, Takashi is stuck in an elevator with one of the girls, the girl of all time. I think her name was Tsumugi, based on the guide that I was trying to pull up. We'll talk about the guide in a second, but yes. And then Kid is stuck with you right now, and they're trying to escape. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing, so I was just like, I want to know who I am. and we're seemingly on the kid route. So not the recommended first route, but I don't know, we can just take it in stride and see where it goes. I'm completely okay with that. Which, by the way, I realized when downloading this game, it did actually come with a guide. It did actually come with it. There was like a file that I never looked at, and it goes over the recommended route order and like what steps you need to take, and it matches with the translation. It matches with it. So oopsie daisy, I apologize for not reading. I apologize for that. But we're set on guides, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. But we're still gonna not look at a guide and just see where I end up. So I always try to forget it exists. It is a scary freaking lemur. It is kind of terrifying mascot suit. So wait, stuck with me. When did I get stuck in an elevator? It's interesting because somebody mentioned in the comments of last time that apparently Takeshi is voiced by Keiichi from Higurashi, his voice actor, which is like, as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Actually, I can hear it now. I can literally hear it, which is very cool. But I'm 100% certain, not that I want confirmation on this, but I'm 100% certain that it's the same voice actor. And so I find it really fascinating that as soon as we locked into Kid's route, Kid stopped having a voice. He stopped being voice acted, which is really strange. Really strange. I'm not sure what the intent behind that is. Whereas like you choose a path and then you lose your voice essentially. So it's very interesting. I want to play the game more, obviously, to see where we're at right now. But right now with Kid, we just narrowly survived drowning, and Yu is seemingly locked out of not Yo, but Yu is seemingly locked out, or knocked out rather. So, but yes, there is also a setting in the game to change the spelling of Yu's name from Y-O-U to Y-U, and freaking I changed that immediately as soon as I found it, because I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't take the U and then my brain being like, it's Yo, and then my brain being like, it's you, because it's a adventure game talking about you, the player, and it's like, I don't know anymore. Just change it. Just change it. So I'm dealing with that. I changed it, and I think we're set overall. But let me go over and get into loading up the game here. Continue. Kid Awakening, May 1st. This one, probably. Load the save. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, cool. It's this one. Reading, what's that? I've never heard of it. I certainly don't do it here on stream all the time. There's some philosophical sentiment with that concept, losing your voice once you decide who you are, but I can't quite put it into words. It is, when you think about it that way, it is very poetic. But I don't know. Well, I just have to play the game to find out. But I don't know what the intent behind it is right now. But it's so intriguing. This is not. I said it before, I'll say it again. This is not your average Never 7. This is just nowhere near what I thought this game was going to start with. So I'm kind of shaken up and surprised by it, but I'm really enjoying the game so far. So both of my legs were shaking and my heart was beating like it would explode. We spent a few moments there in a stupor. 4:15 p.m. The next thing I knew, the seawater had mostly disappeared from the floor. That wasn't to say it was completely dry, it was still wet. And my body and Yu's body, yes, finally. Thank you for this spelling of it, because it's like my brain went on autopilot, and I definitely called her Yu at some point during the stream last time. We were still soaked. Are you alright? Huh? What? You were really out of it until just a second ago. Who was? You were. You were, not you. This game has forever messed with my head. Me? I was? You stood up and took her wet hair in her hand. wiping away the water droplets around her eyes with the palm of her hand. Ah, that's right! The water carried us away. Carried and carried and carried us away. And what happened? We got swept into the next corridor over. And then all of a sudden, the watertight doors started to close. You can also let me know. I played around with the volume some more off stream, so I'm pretty sure it's good for you guys. Now I noticed it was a little bit loud last time, but for me, I need to, on my end, I need to turn this down because the game is crazy loud for me. I could also take one earphone off. All right. And then all of a sudden, the watertight doors started to close. But you were all spacey. And to make things worse, you fainted. So how did we get out? I got us out. You? Yeah. Really? What, you don't believe me? But... Well, you seem like more the type who needs help rather than dishes help out. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, it's a joke. I'm just kidding. If you really did save us, I suppose I should thank you. Thank you. You bowed her head slightly. Do you really mean it? Of course, I guess. You guess? I said I was joking. Alright, so use a little prankster. Use a little prankster here. You take everything so seriously. You're just an innocent young'un. Whatever. Well, I suppose I owed you one anyway. Owed me? When I collapsed the shop, you helped me, right? So now we're even. When I said that, Yu's face lit up in a smile. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry up and find an exit. Yeah. You never know when there might be more flooding. The volume is good to me? Okay, that's good. That's good. Yu was checking the ceiling and walls as she started walking. I followed along behind her. I'm happy that we chose Kid's route. One, because I seem to be getting sick, and like Kid's voice is way easier to do than Takeshi's voice, given that he's a little bit older. But two, I think I like Kid more than Takeshi. I think Takeshi is kind of, I mean, I'm sure he has his reasons. He's fine. He's normal, but he's also kind of an asshole. Just like based on first impressions. I don't know him that well. So it's like Kid is kinder. So it's like let's go with him. I'm glad that we went with this route. We cut across the wide room, heading for the exit. There was a big, empty mechanical merry-go-round, without music or the voices of children playing. Only its bright lights glowed in a lonely sort of way. Hey, that reminds me. I haven't even asked you your name yet. Huh? Name, your name. Oh, yeah, that. My name is... And? I didn't know. I didn't know my name. My name? There was no way. It couldn't be. I should know it. It's my name. My very own name. Name. Then, all of a sudden, a shock shot through my whole body. What's the matter? My head hurt. It seemed like it would split right open. I held my head in both arms and crumpled forward. Are you alright? Grinding my teeth, I desperately tried to endure the pain. Darkness blanketed my eyes, and again, this thing is just like, what is going on? It's like the plot blocking you from having understanding, obviously, but it's also like very 999 coded, in the way that it's, I guess, spoilers for 999, where it's like it presents as one protagonist, but it's technically two. It's technically two in that sense. So it's something is happening. Something is happening with this. I always assume any teenager or older male protagonist in a visual novel are jaded assholes to some degree. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That is true. Although I feel like Takeshi in particular is very much like he's very much just like not he's quick. How's a good way to describe it? He's quick to anger, and that gives him a certain air about him. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't hear anything. The darkness invaded my brain and glommed together. Glommed? It was a glob that would devour my brain and dissolve it into mush. Hey, hang in there. Hey! I didn't know my name. Who could I possibly be? The next thing I knew, I was on a bed. Oh, not again. Not again. All right, so Kid has the tendency to pass out a lot. Okay. The ceiling was so white, it was slightly blinding. It smelled of disinfectant. Are you awake now? A shadow passed above me on the bed. You looked at me as if she was worried. This is... Back to the beginning. Thanks to you, we're never gonna escape infinity. It's all thanks to you. It's like, oh, damn it, my bad. My bad. The beginning? The infirmary, huh? Hey, next time you decide to go and kneel over, can you do it somewhere a little closer to this room? Because it was really a pain hauling you piggyback all the way here. Sorry. Oh, it's alright. You don't have to apologize. By the way, did you remember your name? Name. That's right. The music cuts out again. He's like, oh no. And then he faints again. He's like, okay, never mind. I'm not going to ask you anymore. I'm just not going to ask you. That's right. My name. Hold on a second. She knows. Like, hold on a second. Hold on. Never mind. You don't have to try to force yourself to remember. I don't want you getting like you did before, all right? You said it very carefully. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. So just calm down. I want you to relax and answer them. All right? Sure. First, do you know today's date? Today is the 1st. May 1st, right? You remember the date. So, how about your age? Age? Your birthday will do, either way. I tried hard to pull together the threads of my memory. My age, my birthday. When I started to think about it, my temples began to throb. Hey, no straining yourself. If you can't remember, then you can't remember. Just say so. But that didn't mean I could just stop thinking about it. I endured the headache as I felt like I wandered lost through a forest. There had to be an exit hidden somewhere. I just didn't know where. Okay, I got it. So, you don't remember your own name, your age, or birthday, right? How about your address or telephone number? If not those, then how about your family, friends, or anything? So you really can't remember. It was just like you said. I didn't have any memories of anything. It's interesting. It's like, is you going to now assume it's because Takeshi kind of punched us? Or did he? No, he didn't. He didn't. But he did kind of overwhelm us, and we did faint. He did not punch us. He did not punch a child, to be certain. But she might think that it's something to do with that. But we saw from the very beginning, since he was here, he seemingly lost his memory. So it's like, it's something way more deep-rooted. Which, speaking of deep-rooted, I was gonna say like, oh, well, Takeshi... The obvious theory coming off of Never 7 is like, oh, Takeshi and Kid are clones. They're clones of each other. But clones does not account for the fact that they seem to have a way deeper connection in the sense of that they can read each other's thoughts. So that completely goes out the window. It's like, sure, they could be clones, I guess, but it's also like, this has to take place years into the future from Never 7, where something else has advanced beyond the point that we like right now, right here, would see it as fiction, right? something is not quite right there, like we're missing key information. A sense of something not being right gnawed at my mind. No, it was something closer to a sense of loss. I felt that I had lost the bulk of my existence. Like someone had stolen me away, and the me who was left was just an empty shell. The me that was there, who knew if it was even the real me? The instant that thought went through my mind, I was frozen by an icy wave of unease. It could also... oh, wait, hold on. It could also be like a I don't know. There's like some visual novels do play with this idea, like Doki Doki Literature Club and anything else, but it's not just that game. But it's the idea that like it's a part of you, the player, not the player character, but it's a literal part of you that is here and present within the story. So it's like that's my first thought as someone who like is familiar with certain visual novels, where it's like, well, that could also be a twist, you know? Considering this came out in 2002, it's like maybe, and it would be very novel for the time, right? But there's no evidence to base that off of. That's like more metagaming. It's like, well, possibly this could be a thing because I saw it in another thing and another thing, right? Scared, isolated, and lonely. You. I grabbed firmly onto Yu's hand. Her warm palm. That warmth was the only thing saving me. It's all right now. What are you, a baby? Stop with that sad face. She shot me a smile as she squeezed my hand back. I don't think amnesia is all that uncommon. Amnesia? You don't have any memories, so that's memory loss, or amnesia, right? Of course it is. I wonder what caused it. The air pressure change, or maybe you hit your head somewhere. Or maybe some severe mental shock. Like you were riding a crazy ride and you panicked or something. But don't worry. It's probably just temporary. It'll come back. You think so? For sure. Of course, if you were in a major accident and had severe trauma to the brain, that would be a whole different thing. But that doesn't seem to be the case. You put her hand on my hair and gave me a smile so bright, I almost needed sunglasses. That smile flooded into my heart, wiping away the remains of the unease that was swirling there. So, do you want to get going? I could sing you a lullaby and tuck you in, but unfortunately, we don't have time to relax. You understand, right? I nodded and got off the bed. You started walking for the door. My eyes stopped on the bluish ribbon on Yu's back. The ribbon seemed to have taken on water and glittered brightly, almost like the wings of a newborn fairy. What the heck? Oh. Okay, I was like, what was that sound? What was that sound? It was like a duh. Okay, it's just them walking on like a staircase, which is seemingly quite echoey. And then the audio compression kind of makes it sound menacing, like there's something in the hallway about to chase us. I was like, oh god, this might be a very different story from what I thought it was. Thought those were gunshots. That's also valid. I was like, what the heck is that? It's like, is there a mech outside trying to hunt us down? I got to do a video call with an underwater research station at a robotics competition once. It was cool. That sounds sick as heck. I know, like, I did like very basic robotics and nothing to that level. That sounds crazy. It's no good. I see. She's banging on a door. She's at the emergency exit here at the top of the stairs, I guess. A different emergency exit, and she's like banging on the door trying to get it open, and it's like, no, it's not gonna work. Okay, I see. It's no good. It doesn't seem to open. You said that after trying to move the door with her weight several times. Those were the emergency stairs. Or more accurately, it was the passage on the way there. The emergency stairs were wound in a spiral around a fat pipe. If we followed along these stairs, they would take us to the floating island. At least, in theory. But then, right in front of us stood a thick steel wall. The wall had a small watertight door, and if we couldn't squeeze through that, then we wouldn't make our way any higher. This isn't the floating island yet, is it? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Not even. I mean, if we hadn't even hit este Boden, we've still got a long way to go. Yes, and this game also loves German, loves the German language, and that's gonna be so cool for me. That's gonna be so cool for me. Erster Boden, was that the first basement floor? You nodded. What does that mean in terms of depth? How deep is it? Let's see. Zweiter's stock is 34 meters deep, so around 30 meters, not centimeters. 30 meters, give or take, I guess. We've only climbed around 4 or 5 meters on these stairs. 30 meters deep? It sounded so close, but in any event, if the door didn't open, then that was it. Hey, I wonder why it won't open. Who knows? Maybe there's a secret spell or something. Spell? You mean like open sesame? That kind of spell? There you go, taking me seriously. Well, what then? You really want to know? Yeah. Maybe you'd better not ask. Huh? So, what are you gonna do? Do you want to hear it or not? Which is it? It's a choice. Yay. Yay. I guess we can... I'm so used to, like, saving from every choice, so... If I save right here... Because I have no more... I want to try and save the quick saves, if that makes sense. Can go, like, right here. Interesting. It's like... It's everyone's faces? It's everyone's different faces. Both of my legs were shaking and my heart was beating like it would explode. Okay, so where you left off. Makes you want to hear a joke, right? Listen to the joke or, you know, listen to the staff member's explanation. I see. So it gives you, it actually gives you a reference point of like, here's the choice that you left off on or what you last saved from. That's cool. That's neat. That's very good. All right. Ask or don't ask. I want to ask. I want to know. Okay, I'll tell you. You just were talking about how the watertight door started closing all of a sudden, right? Yeah. That means that the doors close automatically. Closed automatically. Lemith detected flooding and automatically shut the doors in the areas that were in danger. What's Lemith? Nemeth? I don't know. I don't know. That's what we call the main computer that supervises and manages all the electronic systems at Lima. So what? So what? Here, I'll show you. Clang clang. You knocked on the steel door with her lightly closed fist. This was probably closed by Lemith as well. I see. So, in other words, the other side of this door is flooded with water. Probably. She had been right. It really wasn't something I wanted to hear. If the doors were simply locked, all we had to do was find a way to open it and we can climb up to freedom. Do they make you sign a waiver whenever you like come down here? Because I feel like that would be required. It feels like the security system that's supposed to be in place is just poorly designed. It's poorly designed. It was not meant to work in like an actual emergency. So I don't know. There has to be some sort of waiver of just like, hey, if you die here, we have no responsibility. But if the other side was full of seawater, then thinking beyond that was no fun. So what do we do now? I guess we should check out the other emergency stairs. That's all we can do, right? You said that with a sign and started heading down the stairs. This really is so 999 coded. It really is. You can tell the like there's certain themes and ideas in Never 7, but like this is the moment where like there's stakes at play. There's literal life or death stakes where it's like, are we ever gonna get out of here? The characters seem to be pretty chill right now, but it's like, are we ever actually gonna get out of here? So it's like you can see a lot of the DNA that was in this game then borrowed into 999. After that, we tried 2 emergency sets of stairs in the area, but both were a waste of effort. They were shut off by thick partitions, making it impossible to climb up to Zweiterstock. According to you, there were a total of 12 emergency staircases in Limu. 3 of those were closed off, so that left 9. You and I walked around emergency corridors searching for those 9, but we met with a dead end. And a dead end, and a dead end. The watertight doors were completely shut, and there was no way of getting them to open manually. How did everyone else get out of here except us? How did everyone else do that? That's crazy. I'm so glad you're playing the Infinity series, underrated masterpiece. Thank you so much for joining on in, Miss Lady. It's been very fun. Never 7 was basic, but I still enjoyed like playing through it and getting to experience the groundwork for the series, the base groundwork for the series. And then Ever 17 here has been a joy so far. It's been an absolute joy to like see this world and this setting and these characters and just like the general mystery and intrigue that this setting provides. It's very good. It's very good. 9 doors. You're right. It's 9 doors. Oh man. I wonder if that's actually intentional. Imagine being Uchikoshi and like replaying through a game that you worked on and it's like, 9 doors. Sounds pretty interesting. Sounds pretty interesting. Maybe. I don't know if that's how it works, but it's like, it could be. Who knows? We gave up and headed into the normal corridors to see if we could work our way around using them. And still, we met with a dead end. And a dead end. And a dead end. Inside the sprawling Limu complex was a web of several dozen corridors. We investigated each, only finding closed doors everywhere. It seemed hopeless. Both the normal corridors and the emergency corridors were sealed. All of them were blocked off. The only thing that was left for us to try was Dritter Stock. It looks like the only thing left is to go down a floor. With the elevators out of action, the emergency stairs were our only option. It also makes me curious of just like, is it 2 separate timelines that, like actual 2 separate timelines, or if they're in the same facility at the same time in relation to Kid and Takeshi? Because it feels like, to me, it reads as 2 separate timelines, and like we're never gonna see Takeshi ever again. I don't know if we're ever gonna see Sumugi or anyone else that's like that you're technically supposed to romance on the, well, not romance. I'm thinking of it in Never 7 terms, but not necessarily romance, but the roots for any of the girls that you're supposed to see with Takeshi, essentially. Although it seems like there's a certain, I don't know, it seems like, to me it would read as romance for this game as well, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it seems very much like, boop, like Takeshi is out of existence now. He doesn't exist. And if we go to a Takeshi route, like Kid would just cease to exist, at least to me. But I don't know, I could be wrong. We could see Takeshi just like, I don't know, 5 hours later, he's like, oh man, we finally got out of that elevator. That sucked. We'll see. I always like how realistic the setting is for Ever 17. Very grounded in reality. It is very like grounded in reality in the sense of it's way more sci-fi, right? Sci-fi coded in the sense of there's no actual underwater theme park in this particular way so far, but it still treats it as like, hey, this is a thing that you can do. It's not like super out there in the way that you have to learn endless terminology or anything like that. It's not hard sci-fi. It's very much just like, hey, we're in the future a little bit and we have this thing now. So it's very grounded in that sense. I agree. The emergency stairs were our only choice. Thankfully, 1/3 of the remaining 3 stairways were still operating, which meant that even that even if there was no going up, we could still go down. You and I wound around and around the spiral stairwell until we reached Dritter Stock, 3 floors underwater. 5:32 p.m. Water. I muttered that without thinking when we reached the floor. As far as I could see, the floor was a sheet of water that had flooded in. I was about up to my ankles. There's water flooding in from somewhere else. No, I don't think so. The water's not moving, is it? When she mentioned it, I realized that there wasn't even a ripple on the water's surface. There was no evidence that the water level was increasing. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I looked around to be sure, but there weren't any signs that water was leaking from anywhere. Well then, what is it? This must be from the water that washed us away earlier. I figured the seawater that pulled on Zweter's stock flowed down here. Maybe via the emergency stairs or a vent. I don't know how, but somehow it flowed down here. Hey, do you remember that saying? About how water flows downhill? We entered, and then we moved on to the next scene. Yeah, I think so. I think so. We entered the room from a door along the corridor. The room was massive. Ancient remains were steeped in water, making it seem like the seafloor had risen up. As you and I looked around the wide room, our legs splashed water all over. Our drenched clothes were drying, so we didn't really feel cold. The water on the floor was not as cold as I'd expected. But walking in water with shoes was, well, unpleasant. Yeah, actually, yeah. I don't envy you two. That kind of sucks. Finally, when we turned into a corridor, we heard an unexpected sound. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Hey, did you hear something just now? It better not be friggin' Takashi here to ruin my theory that I just came up with. Gosh darn it. We stopped and listened. Somebody was hitting something. Somewhere nearby. There are other people here. Other people that were left behind. We ran at full speed in the direction of the sound. This is sure someone talking? Hey, somebody. Somebody. Is anyone there? It's just question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know which character it is. It sounds like, the child, Coco? It sounds like the child to me. I mean, she's not, I don't know. I don't know if she's actually a child or not. Probably not. But it sounds like her. 2 female voices were coming from inside the elevator. Ah. Which elevator were they stuck at? Was it... I mean, I guess they were in the middle of an elevator. Is this just the one elevator? Is it 2 on either side? That's interesting. Let me take a sip of water here. 1 second. Alright, you and I looked at each other and nodded. Hold on just a little longer. We're going to open the door for you. Alright, good. I think it's the tour guide and then Coco. If I had to guess. I mean, it's definitely not Tsumugi. It's definitely not her. So I was so worried that no one would come. The voice from inside sounded well. It didn't sound weak or injured. Hang on, how are we going to open this? You placed both of her hands on the door and pushed left and right. Why do we keep running into problems like this? Why is Kid? I mean, it seems like you is very like a go-getter type. So it's like, yeah, she's taking the lead, obviously, and then Kid seems is one, seems to be slightly younger, but also two, just seems to be like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I'm not gonna help unless you explicitly ask me to help, which is kind of wild, kind of crazy. Maybe both of you could open it if you tried. Want it open? If you were paying attention, you'd be able to tell. You give it a try. I switched places with you and reached out to try and open the door. It didn't budge. Come on, put some power into it. I tried to put my fingers into the crack of the door, but my fingernail was just barely squeezed in and nothing happened. Ow! Blood started oozing from the nail of my index finger. But it was the digit next to it that caught my eye. The thumb of my left hand. Hey! I noticed a distinct mark on it. Huh? Huh? On the meaty part of my thumb was a deep scar about a centimeter long. A deep scar on the left thumb about a centimeter long. I wondered if I'd had it for long. The mouth was the cut. The mouth of the cut was swollen and milky white colored. What the hell? Also, what the hell? Cause this in Zero Escape 2. Spoilers for Zero Escape 2. Oh gosh, which one is it? It's not Zero Time Dilemma. It's Virtue's Last Reward. That's what it's called. In Virtue's Last Reward, there's a cut on a character's hand, and when they do, they kind of ooze white, and it's it's really hilarious, but it's also really off-putting, and it has implications for the character. So like, I'm not gonna think about it too much. It's probably fine. It's probably okay, right? Sure? Yeah, it'll be okay. But also, where did you get that? Are you all right? Her question brought me back to reality. Oh, you're bleeding. Let me see. You grabbed my left hand. I suddenly bent my thumb under it, hiding the scar. Ah, but you are hiding it. You are hiding it. Okay. Okay. So we're not... I mean, my conclusion from that is like, we're not entirely human, or if we are human, we were definitely experimented on in some capacity. Okay. For some reason, I didn't want her to see it. Just for some reason. Just for laughs. You took an adhesive bandage from her pocket and put it on the bloody finger. I swear, you need so much looking after. Thanks. My fingers smell faintly sweet. The door still won't open? Is anyone out there? But it seems like there's someone that needs even more looking after than you do. What should we do? Oh, that's right. You muttered. She searched around in her pocket for something, and she took out a... Drum roll, please. Ta-da! A marker. It was just a felt-tipped pen. See this? You take it like this, and then you do this, and around and around and around. As she said that, you screwed the capped end into the space between the door. A gap appeared. See? I jabbed my finger into the gap and started forcing the door open. The box inside, the part where people ride, I guess the box inside is a very interesting way of... I mean, you're not wrong. I guess it's a very interesting way of putting it. Was stuck right before arriving at Dritter Stock. Above the door, jutting out some 50 centimeters or so, was the lower level of the elevator box. Man, I kind of dislike elevators. I have kind of a fear of elevators, man. Or not really. It's like I'm in elevators all the time and stuff like that, but like usually when I'm having a nightmare, my number one top nightmares are centered around zombies. And if it's not zombies, it's centered around elevators. And usually it's some combination of both. I had a dream the other night that was about elevators. It was like a ton of elevators down in a magical basement land of an apartment, essentially. And everyone would take the elevator down because they heard you can get like so much stuff from here. You can get so much so much stuff that's worth value, but then you can't ride the elevator back up because every time someone decided to do that, it would kill them. And there were like, I think there were about like 165 elevators or so. So, you know, it was fun. It was fun being in that dream. It was really great. Above the door, jutting out some 50 centimeters or so, was the lower bit of the elevator box. It was at a weight where if I stretched my hand out completely, it would just reach. If we could get the box open, then it seemed possible, to pull the people trapped inside over to our side. Shoulder ride. Use one sentence said it all. As she implied, I stood in front of her and spread my legs, bracing myself. Hey, why do I have to lift you up? Huh? I meant the opposite way around. Kid is really funny though. He's just like, well, it's not gonna be me, obviously. It's not gonna be me. I've seen Final Destination, so I am wary of elevators. You know, that makes a good point. I have not seen Final Destination, but obviously I know about it, so it was very Final Destination core of just like, man, this kind of sucks. This kind of sucks. And at the end of that dream, sorry, not to go on a rant here. At the end of that dream too, there was like a, essentially everybody was kind of freaking out and there was a bunch of fighting and stuff like that. And everyone died essentially. Everyone died at the end of the day essentially. But then at the end of it, once the warehouse was, the warehouse of riches was all empty, there was like a lone girl that appeared from it, and she was just like standing there and it's like, yes, I've won, the deed is done. So I was like, who the hell are you? This was like a dream where I was an omniscient kind of god presence, so I wasn't anyone in the dream. I was just kind of looking down, but it was really scary. And the girl was also aware of me like watching the dream, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. It was pretty bad. I meant the opposite way around. In this type of situation, it's the stronger person that's on the bottom, right? I went around behind you, wordlessly squatting down. You was wearing a skirt after all. One reason I tried to be on top was so I thought I would save her the embarrassment. As I was thinking that, you straddled my head with her legs. I put both of my hands on my knees, supporting myself, and stood up all at once. Her soft thighs hugged on my head. Yeah, these are these are the type of scenes that make me think, yeah, we're definitely romancing these characters. I can't imagine anything else. Also, this is literally, I believe this is a scene, in retrospect, not great for those who know, but I believe this is also a scene that happened literally with Sigma and Phi. She was pressed against the back of my neck. It was kind of nice. Wait, hold on, we're almost there. Please help. You took the marker and started prying it between the doors again. She stuck her finger in the gap, and then she opened the door with a flourish. Ah, okay. I was like, I don't think the tour guide was that happy. But yeah, she wasn't. It's you. It's you, the person that that kid seems to be looking for. I don't have a voice for you. Oh shit. I don't have a voice for you. We'll workshop it. We'll definitely workshop it. Wow. With you on my shoulders, I looked up. A girl in a uniform was peeking down. Maybe I'll give you like a higher version of Yu's voice, and then Yu maybe gets like a lower version of her voice. It's like the only thing I can think of right now. I didn't know why, but all three of us exclaimed at once. What? Okay. Just then, I felt something like an electric shock run through me. Several lights went off in my head, and I heard the sound of something snapping. I was suddenly dizzy. I lost my sense of balance and swayed forward and back. My vision and consciousness were overrun by white. I couldn't take it anymore. I fell to the floor like a marionette with its strings snipped. Well, this is understandably why Yu does not trust us very much. This is understandably why she does not do so. Ouch! Jeez! Why'd you fall like that? You could have hurt someone. Jeez, lazy. Kids these days are so lazy. Things began to fall back into focus. I was lying on my back, looking up at the ceiling. The lights were shining down brightly. Okay, she's laughing at us. The girls were pointing at me and laughing. Their innocent faces were enveloped in celestial-like light, just like a couple of angels staring down from heaven. Hey, are you alright? I didn't know why. It was a bizarre sense of something like deja vu that came welling up inside my mind. I felt like I had seen it all before. The angelic smiling faces somehow made me feel nostalgic. Like it was a fragment of some familiar everyday scenery. I couldn't explain it, but somehow I had a vague sense about things. One second real quick. I have to move this back over here. I forgot. Alright. Huh? Why is the floor all wet? Did a water pipe burst? Oh, they didn't know because they've been stuck in the elevator. As I was about to answer, the girl cut me off. But more importantly... Oh, okay. So we got her out of there. It was a certain sense of like deja vu, but we did manage to get her out of there. What's the... Or maybe she's still in there? Who's to say? But there's the other person in there, right? The other mysterious person. Just what are you doing here, Nakyu? Nakyu? The girl said that as she descended from the elevator, patting her clothes into place. I should be asking you that. Is this your full name? You did say like my full name is friggin' is too much of a pain. Don't even worry about it. So Nakyu? It's like it has to be a shortened version of something else, but I guess that's another part of it. I should be asking you that. Oh my god. Mayo. Just remember that it's Mayo. Just remember that it's Mayo and not Mayo. Oh no. I hate being an English speaker. This is hell. This is hell. Okay. I don't think I can change this one, can I? Character names? Nope. It's just you and Coco, the only ones I can change. All right. Mayo, what are you doing here? Mayo? The girl's name was Mayo. What do you mean? If you take a look at my outfit, you'd know. You're on a school trip? That's for seniors. Oh, right. Mayo, you're still a junior, yeah? Right. So what then? Have you forgotten everything about your old high school already? Ah, okay. Okay. This is not a middle school uniform, it's a high school uniform. I wonder then if Kid... You're a lot older than... Well, you're a little bit older than Kid is. I wonder if Kid is in high school as well then. They have to be connected in some way, so they're like going to the same... I was gonna say going to the same school perhaps, but it seems like she's not talking to Kid, so it's like you obviously don't recognize him. Have you forgotten everything about your old school already? Huh? Volunteer activities! At Kyumekon, juniors are supposed to go out and volunteer somewhere, right? Nakyun, you just graduated this year, so you've gotta remember, right? Okay, just graduated. Ah, that's right, the volunteer program. The civil service volunteer program. Well, that was the official name, but it was really just a glorified field trip. It's still the same old deal, I bet. The girls go help out at Limu for a day, or something stupid like that. You got it. So you're also... Both of you are technically working here. I mean, you actually work here, but both of you are technically working here. For today, at least. When I was there, we went to United Land, but I guess they changed it to Limu, huh? You didn't see any other students, did you, Nakyu? The whole Kyumekan junior class should be here. No, I didn't see anyone. While the two of them were talking, I decided to sneak a peek at the elevator that Mayo had snuck in. Yeah, it's like there should be one other person there, right? You two are so casual. In this situation, I'd be like, seemingly there's no way of escaping. I would not be like, hey, now's a good time to catch up. Now's a good time to have some crazy conversations. No way, no way. I grabbed onto the entrance of the box and used my momentum to pull myself up. It was empty inside. I thought I heard two girls inside. There was definitely two distinct voices. And this is a person that seemingly does not end their sentences with the little I don't know, the wiggle line, whatever that is. So the squiggly line. I wonder if my mind was playing tricks on me. I let go of the elevator and dropped to the floor. Hey, what are you doing? You asked me that when I returned to the ground. Ask you, don't ask you. Okay. It seems to have no bearing on like what's actually going on. You just kind of cycle between all of the faces of the different characters, the different relevant characters. So I mean, I want to ask about it. I want to hear what you think happened. I want to hear what's going on. Ask you. Well, before, didn't you hear two voices? Two? You shot the question right back at me and then looked at Mayo. No, I was all alone. Nobody else. I see. Well, I guess it was just my mind playing tricks on me. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, well, it's about time for my first break of the stream here, and I want to finish my tea anyway, so... I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. How can... How does that work? Don't you look like the two... Well, you look like one of the two girls that could be on either side of the photo that I put in the background, assuming that these are two separate characters. Assuming. It might not be. It looks like you could technically be one of them, maybe. Were you like talking to somebody in a different timeline? Was Kid hearing someone in a different timeline or something? The other girl, Tsumugi, maybe? That's weird. That's weird. Anyway, it's time for the first break of the stream. Let me go over to Burb screen. Alright, if you are here, stretch, get some water, all the good stuff. I will be right back in 1 second, 1 moment. I'll be right back in 3 minutes. Alrighty, I am back. Let me go over to game screen. And let me go over to here. And then just to make sure that this dialogue stays, we continue. Mayo would glance at me from time to time. My brain is doing the thing. Mayo. My brain is doing the thing. But our eyes met. But when our eyes met, she would look away. One moment, I just want to check something real quick. Okay, I just wanted to see if the message speed was at max. It is. It is. Nakyu, who's that? Oh, shit. No. Nakyu, who's this? Huh? Oh, this guy? He's just a visitor. We just met a while ago, but you know, a lot has happened since then. Nice to meet you. It seems like you don't really like us. It seems like you don't really like me. Okay. Well, nice to meet you too, I guess. Nice to meet you too. Thank you for the welcome back. There was something a little off about Mayo's greeting. And this is... And no, wrong voice. And this is Mayo. She goes to your old high school? Hold on. Check. Am I missing this? And this is Mayo. She goes to your old high school, question mark? I might be misunderstanding it, maybe. Anyway, nice to meet you too. What? She goes to your... maybe I'm reading too much into it. It's like, do we not look how we think we look right now? We did see at the very beginning because Takeshi and Kid ran into each other. It's like, do we not look as we thought we did? But okay. But then again, my words were pretty stiff as well. But her real name is Matsunaga Sara. I like Sara better. I like Sara way better than Mayo. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sara, so why Mayo? Matsunaga Sara. Tuna Sara. A tuna salad is loaded with... Alright, so if I mess up and I call you Mayo by accident, it's fine. It's fine. Who cares? It's all a part of the joke. My mayonnaise, at least for Nakyu it is. Huh, I see. That's not your voice. Huh, I see. I said that, but I still didn't really get it. But I was just gonna roll with it, because whatever. Whatever. I had the feeling that simple salad dressing was better suited than tuna salad. I kind of disagree with you there, buddy. I'm kind of agreeing with you a little bit, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Well, whatever. It wasn't important. Oh, it updated too. It says Sara now. Okay. By the way, your name is... name. Yeah, your name. My name is... Now I want tuna salad. Tuna salad, mayo, jalapenos, hot sauce, the best. It is pretty good. I don't know. I don't typically have spicy stuff for me, but it's like, that sounds pretty good. I don't know about Kid and Sara, and they're just like, you know, whatever she says, the freaking weirdo, whatever she says she likes to eat. It's like, it's a little good. Come on. It's a little good. He says he can't remember. What? Amnesia, that's what. Amnesia? Really? Yes. Oh wow, cool. That's totally neat. You're like a protagonist of a visual novel. Thanks. Thanks. Wow. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I mean, like Amnesia. It's like totally the rage these days. Okay. It sounds like a kind of international man of mystery kind of thing. Like maybe you could be being hunted by an underground organization or assassins or something. Assassins. But I wouldn't kill anybody. I keep trying to tell you not to take things so seriously. Amnesia. You really do have it, that amnesia thing. Sara kept staring at me as if I were something exotic. Like I were an angel. Replete? I haven't seen that word before, honestly. Replete with a set of wings on my back. The divine and nostalgic feeling from before had vanished like an illusion. 5:49 p.m. Alright. The three of us aimed for an exit. Understandably, Sara couldn't hide her surprise when she saw how the complex had changed. What's this? Why is this whole place flooded? And there doesn't seem to be anyone around. While we walked, you brought Sara up to speed with the situation. You was working at Limu on a part-time basis. I collapsed at the kiosk. After falling down, I was hauled to the infirmary. After finishing the story, you went on. And then, you know, suddenly the alarm started ringing. Alarm? What, I didn't tell you about this yet? Ow. While you were out, they rang an emergency evacuation alarm. I don't know why, but it said, anyway, everyone please escape. It just said, anyway, don't worry about it, but everyone please get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. Like you are in danger. Or something like that. Why? Mayo, you heard it, right? Sorry, the voice thing, it's like a slight subtle difference, first of all, and second of all, I was so dead set on giving you her voice that she has now. It's like it's gonna take me a while to like switch back and forth between them. Yes. The elevator suddenly stopped and I got stuck inside. I think it was right after that I heard the alarm. And then there were 3 other staff members and myself in the infirmary. The other 3 said they would go check on what was going on, but never came back. I waited, but nobody returned. That's wild. Okay, so they threw you under the bus, I guess. I mean, yeah, if it's like you need to go, you can't go back, you need to leave right now, then I guess so. But also, they threw you under the bus. That kind of sucks. The only 2 people left in the room were us 2. I like her freaking goofy expression. She's like, what the heck are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? I like her facial expression here. I couldn't just abandon you there. Besides, at that point, I wasn't even really that worried. I figured probably some kid had just gone and pushed the emergency alarm button. That was all that I thought was going on. I figured that even with a prank, it must have been serious for them to sound an emergency evacuation warning. Well, now that you mention it, I suppose so. But at the time, I was just... I don't know. I was worried about this kid. You were worried about me? Well, sure. I also know that Kid doesn't have a name. And I also know that Kid is actually the name of, It's not the... I don't know if it's the studio that made this game or if it's just like the publishing company, but the publishing company of this game, and also, I guess by extension, Never 7, I think, is Kid, and it stands for something. It's like Kinetic Interactive, I don't know, something something like that. It stands for something. And it's very interesting now that we're playing as Kid, even though it's merely a translation thing, probably. Well, sure. And then what happened? Everything after that was old news to me. The closing of the watertight doors, our search for the emergency stairs to the floating island. And of course, you also told Sara about how we got washed away by the flood water. After that, you, Sara, and I did a complete check of Dritter Stock's corridors. Corridors. Oops. But we met with a dead end. And a dead end. And could you believe it? Breaking news. A dead end. And a dead end. And another dead end. The game loves doing this. And a dead end. And the final place that we ended up was in front of a small door at the end of a narrow corridor. In the middle, the word hemo... Okay, the word hemo was engraved. Hemo is the patch that I downloaded along with the base game. It kind of improves the translation and different things of that nature. So I see that's where they got it from. It's the hemo patch. What is this? Good question. This is the first time I've been here. Saying that, you took hold of the doorknob. It didn't open. It didn't even budge. Next, she started tapping randomly on the 10-key display next to the door. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I just had a very Zero Escape idea of like, so we go to Takeshi's route and we learn the code that's at the door, and then we come back here and we replay through this, and it's like suddenly, suddenly I know what to input into the door. Maybe, perhaps. You should have known it was a waste of energy. So this is the end. You punctuated that with a sigh. The end? You mean we've... Yup. It looks like we're locked in. I'm not getting a to be continued, right? I am still continuing, right? Gong. You weakly kicked the door. Following the sound, we went silent. The atmosphere around us was heavy. Both you and Sara wore tired expressions, as if they couldn't even be bothered to speak anymore. It was a gloomy silence. To try to lighten things up, I said, "Hey, anyway, it doesn't do us any good to just stand around here. You gotta think of something." Something? A way to escape. You have any bright ideas? Well, let's see. How about... Look for other exits. That's probably no good. Or try to contact the outside. I mean, it's probably our best bet to try and contact the outside. Let's go ahead and save again. Try to contact the outside. For example, we could try to contact the outside or something. How? Cell phones don't even work. Even without a cell phone, Limu must have other means of communicating, right? Means of communication. Oh, right, the control room. Why didn't I think of this until now? You're a little goober, you know that? You are quite the goober. From there, we should at least be able to contact someone on the floating island. Yu's face lit up again. Next, a light returned to Sara's eyes as well. But... Crash. 6:24 p.m. What is going on? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, wait. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. There was something important that I need to do. There's something important. I took a screenshot. And I had to... Okay, so if I go back into here... And I think... I need to click this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, cool. We have artwork finally. Artwork without the text. I have to remember to keep doing that because it's going to be important for thumbnails. Anyway, what the hell is going on over here? Continuing, I guess. You did a fantastic heel stomp on the console in the control room. What's this? Why won't it go through? What's the matter? It looked like she was going to rant. No, she was already ranting. Hey, not you, wait a second. Hey, what are you gonna do with that chair? I'm gonna smash it into this stupid machine. I'm going to destroy it, crush it into smithereens, absolutely pulverize it. Take it easy, just calm down. How do you expect me to stay calm in a situation like this? How can all the communication lines be down? Email too, even the emergency line won't go through. Is this even possible? I don't get it, something's wrong here. For no reason at all. Do we have food here? For no reason at all. Is there like a source? I mean, I guess there's like the hot dog stand that we saw earlier, so I guess we do have food. It's a while. It will be a while before we're in any like actual danger, perhaps. There is some flooding, but that's neither here nor there. I don't get it. Something's wrong here. Still, you don't have to destroy it. Shut up! I've had enough! Ugh! Sada and I restrained you and dragged her outside the control room. This is the most Higurashi the game has been. This is very Higurashi if I've ever seen it. If I've ever seen it. Oh man, I love these little sprites though. I love them a lot. Yu's eyes were bloodshot like a rabid dog. Somehow, her fantasy-like outfit seemed out of place. Well, if it's come to this, there's nothing else to do. Let's just split up again and look for an exit. Split up again? I don't know if splitting up is a great idea. We're not in any immediate danger, so meh. It's no use. After we've already looked everywhere? But we haven't looked inside the rooms. I see. There might be something like a secret passage hidden or something. Sure, sure, whatever you say. I mean, I guess. Anything's possible. There's no way. This isn't a ninja house, you know. I really like Yu. I think Yu is my favorite character so far. Out of all the characters that we've ever met. I really like her. Anyway, let's just look one more time, alright? Because there might be a helpless maiden trapped somewhere like I was. Ning Ning Ninja. So with that, the three of us, Sada, Yu, and I, split up and started searching the complex. We agreed we'd meet again in an hour. We decided to meet in front of the control room. 6:30 p.m. I decided to check Dritter's stock from end to end. Yu and Sada were probably investigating upstairs. The rest area. Oh, this was... Okay. I thought this was actually like outside. But no, apparently not. This is like in the complex on the first floor. The top floor, the top level of what can be experienced in the amusement park. Okay. So you were already in here, and then Takeshi was the one who was like outside, and then he needed to like be formally brought down here. Gotcha. The rest area. I noticed immediately that the scenery was different from the morning. The pond in the middle was covered with a lid. Oh yeah. I was gonna say, it was like the little lemur thing is not here anymore. Dog lemur thing, whatever it was, is not here. But yeah, that too. It's covered. Probably to block water or whatever else. Or more a partition of sorts than a lid. In either case, the pond was no longer connected to the ocean. The Lemeth computer that you had talked about might have automatically sealed it off. The tuna sandwich shop, there we go, okay. So food, we're A-okay. There was still a slight scent of cooked tuna in the air. The second I smelled it, my stomach started to growl. I glanced around. No one was there. I thought I might eat, but I didn't want to do anything criminal. Kid, we gotta talk. No one could blame you in this situation. Not a single person could blame you. It's like, okay, I'm really hungry, and I would have paid for it had we not been in this dire situation. So I swallowed once and left that area behind. The conference room. There was nothing really out of the ordinary there, but I did pick up on one thing. The roof was not flooded with seawater. Or rather, the room. I was like, I'm looking at the roof. It's like, what are you talking about? No, the room. Sorry. The elevated entrance had stopped the water. Oh, okay. So like a little step. The tuna sandwich stand. The fragrance... Okay, you keep going back. The fragrance of the food was tickling my nose. The control room. That room was also spared by flooding from its elevated entrance. Look at that, man. That's like a hologram with a little note, a little message on it. And this is a hologram as well of the entire facility. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Never 7 was supposed to take place... It's supposed to take place in, like, modern day-ish? Modern day being, like, general... Well, we are in the 2020s now. Sometime between, like, 2000 and 2020 to 2010s, I would say. Like a relatively modern day phenomenon. It just takes place in an alternate timeline where there are clones and, like, that's just part of reality and we just accept it. But definitely we're in the far future here. This has to be something different. No matter what timeline we're on, this is definitely a far future thing. The chair that you had knocked over was... the chair that you had knocked over was as she had left it. I put it back where it should be, checked the room, and left. The tuna sandwich stand. The smell just wouldn't quit teasing me. The Lemurian ruins. You had passed through there just a while before. So, just to be sure, I peeked in the shadows of the stone pillars and behind buildings, but I couldn't find anything resembling a pathway. The slow zoom. The tuna sandwich stand. That smell. I couldn't take it anymore. I slyly extended my hand toward the case holding the warm tuna sandwiches. The situation called for extreme measures. I kept telling myself that as I munched and swallowed down the sandwich. With that, I had finished checking Dritter stock. It didn't look like there was any hidden corridors to be found or anyone trapped there besides the three of us. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't trust friggin' Kid to do a good job searching around. To like do anything but a basic job of searching around the perimeters. I don't really trust him. I don't know Sada as well to make a judgment, and then I feel like you would probably do the best job of everything. I don't know. But Lemuria, like Genshin? Well, if it's anything, there was like a whole, I don't know, like 2 pages worth of dialogue about some sort of Lemuria place, I think, last time. It was very Akane coded of just like, here's info dumping a ton of stuff about this, and like, psychologist, this person, so-and-so said that this and that and the other. So I don't know, maybe it's like based off of a phenomenon, I'm not sure. But I might be wrong about the specific thing that they were referencing. It didn't look like there was any hidden corridors to be found or anyone trapped there besides the three of us. I wondered how things were above. Maybe it was just like you had said. Maybe there was no more point in looking. It was still before our meeting time, but I went back to our rendezvous point in front of the control room. And when I got there, there was a surprise waiting for me.
Yeah.
Fuck. No! No! Well, there goes my theory. Fucking. There goes that. There goes that. Cool. So glad to see you, Takashi. So happy to see you. It's also doubly just like because like I didn't want to voice Takashi, man. I didn't want to voice him. I thought he'd be gone forever. Okay. Alright, cool. That felt so real. It was from deep within my soul. I thought I was onto something. I thought I was cooking. Let her cook. No, don't let me cook. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, obviously. Alright. There was actually an ancient kingdom of Remuria in Genshin, that was a nod to Atlantis that sank to the bottom of the sea. Maybe it's a common term. That sounds like what they were talking about. Yeah, I believe that's what they were talking about. An ancient kind of Atlantis-like civilization, and that's what the theme park is then based on, and also talking about philosophy or whatever else, or psychology or whatever else they were talking about. Hey, it's me, your best friend, Takeshi. Hello? Huh? Who are you? What, you forgot us already? What in the world? I felt like I'd met them before. I was pretty sure of it, but... Hey, I gotta sleep, but good read. Thank you so much for joining, Talk Fan. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Aw, man. Okay, so I just have to readjust completely. I'm still in shock. Your name is... I couldn't remember it. Hey, isn't it kind of crazy how we have very similar voices? Nah, don't think about it too much. Okay. I couldn't remember it. Nah, I don't think I've ever introduced myself yet. I'm Kuranari Takeshi. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. And this here is... It really does sound like Keiichi, though. It really does sound like him. The guy named Takeshi pointed at the girl. I'm Akanegasaki Sora. This is a interesting last name. This is a very interesting last name. Anyway, I'm Sora. She gave a slight nod. Takeshi and Sora. I repeated the words. They both nodded. But what are you doing here? Yahoo! Huh? What's going on here? You don't need to be so surprised, do you? This is also the first time that we get like a full body view of everyone. It's kind of nice. We don't usually get to see it. Just a bit ago, I was walking around Zweiter's stock with Mayo. We bumped into these three. Okay, so I guess you got out of the elevator somehow. You did it. Congrats. So you're stuck here too, huh? Yes. That's right. Huh? Wait a second. Didn't you just say 3 people? Yeah. See? Right over there. I followed the direction of Yu's finger. Yeah, you. I mean, not you, but you. Tsumugi, I believe. Someone was standing on the opposite end of the wall along the corridor. I could only make out half of the person's back, but I saw long hair and black clothes, and it left an impression. Who's that? You mean Komachi-san? Oh, Komachi Tsumugi. I think it was. Tsumugi. So that was her name. She wore all black. It didn't sound familiar, but still. I feel like I've met her somewhere before. Do you know her? No, it's not that. It's probably just my imagination. It's just somehow something. Anyway, she's pretty tough to get along with. I'm not sure why, but it seems like she doesn't like me very much. I also realized basically the lemur, mascot lemur, and this was when Tsumugi was in the suit, kind of wasn't really helping Takeshi, right? And then Takeshi, like an asshole, decided to poke and prod at the suit, and Takeshi made a comment about like, huh, you have a lot of what did he say? Like, you have a lot of meat here, or you have a lot of like flab here. Probably touched her boobs. Probably why she doesn't really like you very much, if I'm being quite honest. Probably something like that. Doesn't like you? I could feel a slight animosity emanating from Tsumugi's back. She didn't have to say anything, There was a definite atmosphere which made approaching her difficult. Maybe I'll go talk to her. Just as that thought crossed my mind, Tsumugi shot a glance in our direction. She had piercing eyes, piercing 2000s eyes, and an intimidating gaze. With her glare eating into me, I couldn't take even one step forward. There was no way I could talk with her. What's that all about? Why is she so angry? I haven't done anything to make her hate me. True, Kid hasn't done anything to make her this way. Tsumugi's gaze returned to normal. Cold beads of sweat appeared on my forehead. Oh, that reminds me. Where's Sada? Having realized she wasn't around, I glanced around the room. Without my noticing it, Sada had come to stand behind me at some point. Worry, don't worry. What is this choice? What is this choice? I mean, she looks sad, but I mean, she kind of always looks sad, but I mean, except when she's not sad, I guess she's happy. Worry or don't worry? Okay, we save again. We love saving. Kid reunion or chance meeting, May 1st. All right. I don't really have a specific girl in mind. I'm just kind of like going with the flow. Which is very different from Never 7, where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with Haruka, and I didn't even think about it that much. So, but I kind of want to know. There's mystery, there's intrigue. It's just like I want to question everybody. Worry. Huh? What's wrong? I couldn't help but notice a dark look in her eyes. There was nothing left of the ninja attitude that she had departed with. Did something happen? Sada? Do you know her? Is it actually the two of them on either side of the photo? Is it actually something like that? She does indeed always look sad, except when she's happy. People die if they are killed. This type of sentence. I'm sorry. I can say words. I can communicate myself well enough. Sada? Sada? Hey! Huh? What? You alright? Sure, fine, great. Why do you ask? Well, I mean, you look so depressed. No, it's not that at all. It's just... Aren't we missing a Coco? I forgot about her. We're missing Coco. I think that's the only one, right? Yeah, I guess she would be the only one missing. It's just... We didn't find an exit, so I'm feeling kind of down. Is that really all that's bothering you? Yeah, that's all. Said like a true liar. Okay. Sada's spirits seem to lift a little. One moment. Alright. Seeing her like that made me feel a little bit relieved. Anyway, just standing around isn't going to get us anywhere. Let's see what the situation in Limu is right now via the control room. Sora said that and pointed to the control room right across from us. Encouraged by Sora, we all shuffled into the room. 7:13 p.m. So, Sora, do you understand this? Well, let's see. Sora faced the monitor and held up both hands. Instantly, the content of the screen began to change, with a number of windows opening and closing while the search for data was underway. I stared dully at her rapid moving hands. It looked like Sora was fairly used to handling the computer. For one thing, there weren't any flying chairs or heel stomping. It was completely different from the way you handled things a while ago. I've learned something. Sora said it in a businesslike manner. She seemed to be done with the computer. Everyone looked in her direction. Everyone, please calm down and listen to me. Please don't get hysterical or depressed. As she said that, I noticed she looked a little pale. The room went quiet as the focus shifted to her. I have a report on the current status of Limu. First, the first floor, Ersterboden. It's completely flooded. First floor, Ersterboden. Completely? Yes. All of the partitions have dropped, and it isn't possible to get through any of its corridors. So what you mean is all of the paths leading up are completely shut off? Right, all the paths leading up. So not the bottom part, this part here. Okay, so the, it's not like a rec room, but whatever place that kid started with is on this second part right here. My bad. Like, having the switching perspectives kind of completely threw me off in terms of placement and everything for the story. It's just a matter of getting used to it, but I see. That is correct. Furthermore, here is the status of Zweiter's stock. Okay, so half of Zweiter's stock, which I assume is the second floor, I'm never gonna remember, I'm gonna try my best, I'm never gonna remember though, is currently blocked off. It's currently gone. This is the floor above, the floor with the infirmary. Okay, no. The base level is flooded? The basement level is flooded. Okay, the basement level is flooded. And then the floor above, with the infirmary, and assuming everything else, maybe? No, well, not to assume that. The floor with the infirmary, the second floor, is right here. Okay, the middle one. This is Dritter's stock, which is the one just above that. Okay, so part of it is gone. This part here and then this part here. I like the diagrams though, it's kind of cool, it's kind of neat. It's kind of fun. The blinking area is our current location. Here. Control Zentrum. Everything is in German. Oh my gosh, okay. So we're right here, and I'm guessing... I'm just gonna have to like try and get used to the layout. It's kind of wild, it's kind of crazy, but okay. You serious? No way! Almost half of Limu is submerged. Sora's face nodded somberly with a pained expression on her face. This floor's dry areas are divided into 3 sections. Dry areas? The areas that have no flooding and that people are able to pass through. The central area displayed on this map is where we currently are in Sector 8. Sector 8. Okay. Huh? It looks like the map is divided into 2 areas, so where's the third? Actually, due to a flaw in the system, a detailed map cannot be displayed. Sector 4, above the corner of Sector 8, looks fine. However, there's no way to get there. Correct. It is impossible. Why? Because all of the corridors connecting the sectors are submerged. Sorry if it's taking me a long time to read through this. I'm slowly trying to let it sink in. I might also have to just rewatch the VOD after this is done. It's like, okay, all right. I'm just gonna shake my head or nod my head and be like, yeah, whatever you say, Sora. You're so smart. In terms of distance, it is roughly 100 meters. I don't think there is anyone among you that is capable of swimming 100 meters without breathing. Therefore, I say it is impossible. You don't know, kid. Kid is bleeding white blood, apparently, or might perhaps bleed white blood. You don't know that. You don't know. Furthermore, even if someone did reach Sector 4, I I don't think it would improve our situation at all. Sector 4 is in the same predicament as here. All of the emergency stairs leading up to the floating island have completely flooded. So, even if we could make it there, we'd be wasting our time. That is correct. Everyone went quiet. For a while, we just stared at the Limu map that was floating in the darkness. And then... Hey, I just thought of something. Yu opened her mouth silently. Isn't there something like a wastewater pump in Limu? Of course there is. Well, why don't we use that pump to flood the water out of those areas? It appears to be out of order. Alright, very cool. Thank you, Sora. Well, it's not her fault, but also... Again, seems like a very bad idea, poor idea to go to this place. The security measures, the measures to keep people safe, were all fraud. They were not actually there. Why? We've got electricity. I am not certain yet of the cause. Some electrical systems, including the elevators, are not functioning. Disconnected wiring in each sector might be affecting the situation, but... By the way, a life-reading search or bioscan for life inside Limu indicates that the people present are the only ones remaining here. No. No. What happened to Coco? What happened to her? I don't believe you. Is Coco a robot? She's an alien. Actually, that makes... Wait, no. I don't know who Kid saw in his flashback right at the point when we were constantly switching back and forth between Takeshi and Kid. There was Kid was having these flashbacks of seeing somebody on a bed. And I can't remember if that was Sada or if that was Coco. And if it is Coco, then we probably grew up in the same lab facility and therefore we're both robots? We're not real. We're not real. But if that were the case, I don't know how it shows up. It kind of depends on how it shows up, but if it's little individual dots, if that were the case, Sora would also be like, hey, we're actually missing one here. That seems strange. Maybe it's just a general area instead. Huh. Or maybe she just left. Maybe she was like, nobody wants to listen to my joke and it sucks here. Let me get out of here. Maybe. The people there. You, Sora, Tsumugi, Takeshi, and I. A total of 6 people. Furthermore, the current internal air pressure is 1 atmosphere. The air is 22% oxygen, 75% nitrogen, and 3% helium. Temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. Pretty good. Then pretty alright. You mean the environment is suitable for us to stay here for a while? I'm sorry, but that is the current situation. Everyone, we will be forced to wait inside the complex for a while. For a while? How long is that? Until help comes. I am continuously sending out a request for assistance. However, right now there is no guarantee it will reach anyone. I mean, a good company would still go back and check and be like, hey, is there maybe there are people that got left behind just in case. A good company would go and do that. But as we've established, Limu is not a good company. It's not very good. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. All communication lines to Insel No, including the emergency ones, have been physically severed and are unusable. I have also been attempting to make contact via a seafloor cable network using sonar. Right now, I cannot estimate when the network will be back online. So we're like little kids lost smack in the middle of the ocean, and nobody can hear our SOS. Exactly. The gravity of the situation was descending on us. There was every reason for everyone to get depressed. Takashi and Yu let loose sighs almost simultaneously. Sada and I slumped our shoulders. That reminds me, what happened to Tsumugi? She hasn't said anything at all. I looked back. Tsumugi, she hates us, was standing in the corner of her room glaring at us. Like before, there was an atmosphere around her that seemed impenetrable. Really, why is she so peeved? A little while later. But, well, getting depressed isn't going to solve anything, is it? Let's be positive. Positive is the word. All right, everybody. She broke the silence with her energetic pep talk, but nobody responded. Now quit looking so depressed. Even if we're floating in the middle of the Pacific, it's not as if we're lost in a blizzard. So what? So, I mean, if we wait a few hours, help will probably come. How do you know that? Well, think about it. We don't know why, but we've been trapped inside this cramped complex. On top of that, we don't have any way to contact the outside. But, you know, even if we can't contact anyone, somebody else probably will. Like who? Oh, that's right. You mean your colleagues, or Sarah's classmates, or teachers. That's true. That's true. Unless the whole world outside is been destroyed. I can't imagine, but you know, just so strange. We obviously know that this is a video game, so help is probably not going to arrive as it should. Or like maybe help is like, we're gonna arrive on the 8th day, and it's like we have 7 days to get out of here before something fails and we all explode, you know? Something like that. You gave a big nod as if to say that's right. And Kuranari, you weren't alone when you got here either, right? That wasn't your voice, it's a little bit lower. Well, that's true. The people on the floating island should have noticed a long time ago that we're still down here. Yup. So, I don't know if it'll be a rescue team or a search team or what, but anyway, somebody should come to help us soon. So, satisfied? Sara, Sora. Takeshi and I all nodded. Hope returned to everybody's faces. Only Tsumugi, who only she kept her cold gaze trained on us. Probably have 9 days until help arrives. It'll be interesting. It's like, are we moving further? I mean, definitely in presentation so far, are we moving further towards Zeroscape, or are we borrowing elements from Never 7? Because again, it feels like it's crazy to me that this game has like a 2-year, like Never 7 came out in the year 2000, and then 2002 I believe this game came out, and it's crazy to me. There's no DNA between the two. It's kind of wild. We all moved to the conference room together. There was something unnerving about waiting for help in the dimly lit control room, and there weren't as many chairs to start with. I wonder if there was a place in one of the dry areas where everyone could relax. The closest one was the conference room where we were at. Hey, Sora, how come you know so much about Limu? I asked Sora, who was sitting next to me. Probably because I'm a system engineer at Limu's Research and Development Division. Okay, so you're not, I mean, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem on why things may or may not work. But I mean, you seem pretty competent, so also it seems like it might be some of the other engineers. Other engineers that's just like, why does nothing work here? Why is nothing as it should be? Basically, the assistant chief. Assistant chief? So you're pretty high up. Only a name. I'm really just an assistant. It's no big deal. But hey, Sora, weren't you up at the gate above ground? You were giving some kind of explanation at the entrance, right? I only heard half of it, but... That's right, so you noticed. We are so short-staffed here. From time to time, I do that kind of work. Sora smiled. I wonder what the gate above ground was. I didn't... you haven't... Well, this would be before your amnesia, sure, but have you ever seen the outside? Surely you weren't born here. Surely not. Probably not. I didn't understand what Takashi and Sora were talking about, but at least I knew the reason why Sora knew so much about Limu. So that means there are 2 employees from Limu here then. 2? I mean you. Well, I'm not really an employee, it's just a part-time thing. And Kuranari, you just came here for fun? What other person would someone have? What other reason would someone have for coming to a theme park? And Sarah? I'm here as a volunteer. Huh? Volunteer? It's an event for juniors at QMECon. But it's basically just for fun. Huh? Without thinking, I let out a cry. For some reason, something bothered me. Everybody here, you're not all friends, right? No way. We just met. So then why are you talking to Kuranari like you're old friends? Hold on. I bring up the log again? I mean, you are referring to him by last name, but it's probably something that's kind of lost in translation here. I gotcha. More casual speak. We've been here before. We've been here before. We've been in the loops, essentially. And Takashi is talking to you guys the same way. Oh, that's right. You don't know. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I won't make theories anymore. I guess it's well, I don't know. Let's just let them explain it. Oh, that's right. You don't know. What? When we all met up on Zvader's stuff, we introduced ourselves. Oh, so that's it. Yep, that's it. Still, it seems strange how they're all so friendly, having just met. So maybe not? Maybe not, perhaps? I'm gonna take a sip of water here. Hold on. All right. That was what I thought. What about you? What's your name anyway? I'm pretty sure we haven't heard it yet. I'm an assassin. That's what he is. Assassin? He's being hunted by the underworld. I'm not being hunted. I told you to quit taking things so seriously. You just don't get it. Alright, I'll explain for him. Actually, he's got amnesia. You two are very much in sync. Very interesting. Amnesia. You gave them a brief explanation of the situation. She told them how I had forgotten my name, address, family, and friends. And that I only remembered the date and everything after meeting you. After listening to the explanation, Sora said, It sounds like it's probably complete amnesia, a type of retrograde block. Complete amnesia. It's also called retrograde life amnesia. Thank you, Akane! Thank you, Akane! Very nice of you. While general education and knowledge remain intact, one's name, background, family, and friends, all aspects of one's life history are wiped completely from one's memory. This is also the exact same plot point that happened with 7 in 999. So this is like word for word. It feels like word for word the exact same thing that Akane said about 7's situation, probably. Probably, if I had to guess. It was either her or friggin', gosh, what's her name? Lotus. Probably not Lotus. Lotus was probably I mean, she was a hacker, but she was she was also the most normal out of the bunch. She was just like, what the hell is going on? Who are you people? Normally, one's memories return within a few days or months. Hypnotism and electric shock therapy are also said to be effective means. Electric shock? Relax. To put it another way, this type of amnesia usually solves itself naturally. So for now, you really shouldn't worry about it or think too much about it. That's really the best medicine for you. See? It's just like I said, right? Don't worry. Things will be fine. They'll be okay. So, there you have it. You said it like it's someone else's problem. That's not what I meant. I mean, memory's a weird thing. Sometimes when you're thinking about something entirely different, boom, you just remember. Like with celebrities. You know their face, but you just can't remember their name. Yeah, I wonder if that's just the way it works. So how far back do you remember anyway? How far back? Yeah, you knew Sora's in my faces, right? And you remembered my name. How far back? Ooh, nice little CG here. Lotus also hated Seven at the start, so I doubt she cared much about his amnesia. Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. They were on terrible terms for like the vast majority of it. Yeah. So it definitely had to be Akane. I searched my memory for the earliest point I could remember. Was there a point where I could still remember and a point where I had forgotten? Different images floated through my mind as if to provide an answer. That was it. I lost my memory when I fell into the pond at the rest area. Oh, so that actually did happen. It's interesting because it was very much, again, same voice actor, but it was very much Takeshi's voice that was talking just then when we saw him sort of jump into the pool. But okay, you fell into the pond. That had to be it. I couldn't remember anything before that. And I remembered everything after that. So that tumble into the pond was the line between my memory and non-memory. My consciousness was cut off at the... Okay, and I was also cut off. My consciousness was cut off at that moment. Gotcha. Alright. Well, let me see if I want to... I kind of want to get to the end of this, this scene and conversation, so I will, before I end it, I'm still feeling a little bit sick. I can definitely feel it. I can definitely feel like I'm slightly congested and stuff like that. So even though today has been actually a pretty strong day for reading, I haven't had many issues, honestly, with the voices, which is kind of surprising. But anyway, I will, I want to try and snooze ads as they come about here on Twitch, and then I'll continue till hopefully the end of this conversation here. So you're doing a good job. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was worried that the voices would sound just like straight awful. They would just sound like garbage. It would sound like a sniffly person being like, well, I think we should go and see what happened, and I think like it would be pretty much incomprehensible. But I feel a little better, so I think it's turning out a little better. I think it probably happened when I fell into the pond. I announced that to everyone. By pond, do you mean the pond at the rest area? I think so. You don't remember anything before that? No vague images or anything come to mind? Like the scenery around your house, or the girl you like. On TV, you sometimes see dramas about people who don't remember anything but who instinctively know things. Yeah, we know you, right? I get it. Like the guy that paints like a pro the instant he takes up a brush. Yeah, like that. So many things, so maybe you should try and see and touch lots of things. Yeah, why don't we have him do first? What should we have him do first? The conversation about me went on around me. Yeah, it feels like Kid is very disconnected. I wonder how this game would feel if I had done the quote unquote recommended choice of starting with Takeshi. I wonder. All right. My temples were throbbing. My face was distorted with the pain. Wait a second. Sora just said it, right? You really shouldn't worry or think too much about it. If you put too much pressure on him, the mental stress will turn him into a wreck. A wreck? Like mental overload, maybe. Sometimes he starts groaning like he's in pain, then he suddenly collapses. Is that right? So when it comes to things having to do with his memory, take it easy or... You gently placed her hands on my head. When she did, it was strange, but it seemed to suck away the pain. Okay, got it. Now let's talk about something else. Something has been bothering me for a while. What do you suppose we should call him? Just call him Kid. Just call him Kid. Oh yeah, we should probably decide to call him something or else it'll be kind of a pain. How about John? No, veto this immediately. It'd be fine. Oh, there's my voice. Alright, there's my voice going. Alright. I think I'm at my limit here, probably. I want to see what they call him, though. I don't want to put down the game! No! I don't want to do it! It'd be fitting to call him John Doe. But wouldn't we calling him that just make it fitting to be rude to all people named John Doe? Sora, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I mean, I'm sure there's people out there named John Doe, but like, also, it's fine, technically, but also, like, it's not the best name in the world. Anything. Call me Makoto. Call me Makoto. Well, if it's only for a little while, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's call him Sniper. Okay, veto this as well. I think you're the only one who could actually name him. I can't do this. I can't do this with everyone else. Why are you so hung up on that? He's not that kind of guy at all. Well, how about John Mitochondria? I don't get it. Let's see. Let me think of another one. How about Melos-san? What's Melos supposed to mean? Okay, y'all love writing stories, is what I'm learning. Is what I'm learning about you people. I need someone reasonable. Tsumugi, if you have any interest, feel free to throw out a name there. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, of course. The cell, of course. I was gonna make that joke and I was like, no. She wouldn't have any, Sada wouldn't have any knowledge or recollection of it, but it ages like fine wine, doesn't it? What's Mellow supposed to mean? Like, short for memory loss? Nah, it'd be bad luck to name him that. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so direct. How could you come up with that and then also make the point of it's disrespectful to everyone who's named John Doe? Who is she? Who is she? What is she talking about? Nakyu, don't you have any ideas? Well, how about Kid A? That makes him sound like a convict or something. Then Kid B. What's the difference? What's the difference? How about Astiane Kumegawa? Y'all shut up. How about letting Kid name himself? That would be so cool. How about Memories On? I hate all of you. With one scene, I've immediately decided to hate all of you. You're all awful. Enough with this. Something simple is just fine. We should call him Kid Q. Hey you, which one do you like? All of them. Okay, well, Kid is useless then. He can't do it. He can't do it. Oh, all of them stick. Alright, thank you. Reasonable. Don't be so picky. These are tough times for everybody. Sarah, shut up. I can name myself. Well... Oh my god, what in the fresh hell is this? Cookie would be nice. As in like air? Like space? Maybe it would be interesting because we seem to always be like trapped in this liminal space, so to speak. I'm guessing none of these matter. What are these names, man? Are these people who worked on the game? Mikami Tomoya? Ishihara Makoto? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. One of these is not like the other. Ishihara Makoto is definitely the name of the previous protagonist. Fukuyama Naoto. Hasegawa Shina. I always really like the name of Shina. Inamura Motoki. There we go. My dyslexia was bad there. Inami Ken. Inami Ken sounds familiar too. Is this like a, I don't know, a celebrity or something? He's a bit airy and floaty, not fully in the moment. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment about like it's based on his personality and not the fact that he has amnesia. So it's at least a little bit better. Watarase Kyosuke, or Prince. I Prince and Ishihara are so funny to me. We'll probably end up here as well on a different timeline or get to make this choice again. So I'm gonna go with Ishihara and Makoto, probably. But before that, we save. All right. My name is Ishihara Makoto. Makoto is good. They said it? They said it. I'm terrified? Wait, let me go back. Wait. Do they do that for all of them? Can I load this? Well, Prince. I like Prince. Okay, they do that for all of them. Okay. Okay. I was very scared there for a moment. I was like, that's the canon answer to choose Makoto. Let's go with let's go back and actually stick with Makoto for this time. Oh, it highlights it. Look at that. Very cool. All right, Ishihara Makoto. Makoto is good. What the hell? Why? No way. Forget it. You gotta be kidding me. I can't concur. I mean, it doesn't suit you. I hate you all. What do you mean it doesn't suit me? I mean, Makoto was every man, was everyday everyman. It's fine. This is a pain. We'll just call him Kid. Just then. All right, there we go. Just then. Crash. Oh, she hates it. She hates the anime BS bonding. She hates the bonding scenes. Enough. Your voice is actually very similar to Sora's, so oopsie daisy, but I don't think there's anything more I can do. Tsumugi pounded the table and stood up. Just what are you trying to do? What are you all thinking? What? We're thinking of a name. Stop goofing off. The room went quiet. We all looked at each other. Yeah, she's right. The first one to open her mouth was you. We're not thinking about his feelings at all. We just got a little carried away. That's not what I mean. Well, Komachi-san, what would you suggest that we call him? See, it's tough to think of a name. Fine. Do what you want. Oh, she left. She said she's gone. Okay, alright. I'm out of here. Tsumugi said that in disgust and left the room. What's up with her? Why is she so angry? Takeshi, did you do something to make her mad at you? I mean, yes, but also I think it's something a little bit more. Maybe she's the only one that's kind of taking the situation seriously. About like, hey, we could die down here. You don't know what's gonna happen. Or maybe she's like the only one who actually remembers all of the loops, assuming that we're actually looping. I didn't. I don't get it. She's been like that since we met. It appears we should be a little careful about how we treat Komachi-san. Let's just be patient. Once she sees that we don't have any ill will or hostile feelings, things will probably resolve themselves. I felt as if something was controlling me. The next thing I knew, I found myself rushing out of the room. Interesting strat. I thought for sure Takashi would be the only one kind of concerned about her. Down the corridor, Tsumugi was kicking water as she walked down. I didn't know where she was heading. Alright, I think now is probably a good time, to stop here for today. Well, maybe, hold on. I didn't know where she was heading. I just want to see her portrait. I called out to her. This is the like the gamer like brain rot of just one more scene, just one more, and then suddenly it's 3 a.m. No, I have to end. I have to do it. Hey, wait! Tsumugi didn't stop. There was no sign that she would look back. Tsumugi! When I finally caught up to her, I put my hand on her shoulder. Don't touch me. Alright, cool. And with that, now is actually legitimately a good time to save. Here is a good point. I guess we could just always use the first one. It's fine. Here. Overwrite save data. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. And let me go back to the title screen. Return to title, yes. There, you saw it for a moment. It said kid. It said kid. Kinetic something, maybe something or other. That's the actual name of the studio. All right. But that was Ever 17, The Out of Infinity. This was more in line with like anime fluff dialogue and more it's more slowing down the pacing, but I actually really appreciate it. I actually really appreciate it over the well, not over the explosive start. I really like the explosive start of the story. It's just now we have a chance to like catch our breath and breathe and really think about things and get to know the characters a little bit. And I like it. It still has a good pace of intrigue to it, but it's not super overwhelming of just like what the hell is happening. So far the pacing of this game is really good. really good. And I actually, I don't know. I guess like right now, especially coming off of Never 7 and then currently playing through 100 line I'm really valuing good pacing, you know? Because Never 7 is very not Never 7. Well, yes, Never 7, but also 100 line is also very slow. It's very slow. So I appreciate what this game is doing so far. It has a very strong, like I said, very strong setting, very strong start to it, and it's hard to kind of ignore it. It's hard to kind of look past that. There goes my theory, though. There goes my theory of thinking that Takeshi would be completely in a different timeline, and like maybe that's true, maybe it isn't, but I mean he's here now, so I kind of doubt it. I don't think it's actually like that. But yeah, I'll try and go back off stream, rewatch the VOD, just to make sure that I have an understanding of each of the different layers and stuff like that. Because I should be paying attention. I'm sure the game will remind me every now and then, but I should be paying attention about like, hey, this is what happens here, and this is where we're at here. They gave us like whole diagrams and stuff like that, which is very cool. I love that type of stuff. I don't know if there's like any sort of menu to like pull it up whenever you want to, which is like the only thing that I would want from something like that, but it's okay. It's fine. Right now I like most of the characters, I'd say. I like these sets of characters maybe just slightly more than Never 7 so far. Slightly more overall. It seems like they have, I mean, obviously except for Tsumugi, but it seems like they have a good rapport with each other, which is very nice. It's very good to see. We're not like straight jumping into panicking, but it seems like Tsumugi is, right? Which is why she seems to be so caught up, like going away from the group essentially. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes from here. It's really fun. It's really interesting. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday, and I think I should be good to stream next week. But if I might, depending on how it goes, depending on how I'm feeling, we might not get streams next week. I will try though. I will honestly try. So, honestly eager to see where this goes. Yeah, it's really good. I'm a lot happier with this game, and like it feels like I can just make so many different theories, and you know, some of them will be immediately disproven, and I will cry. But it's still very fun to experience the story and see like, ooh, what could be happening here. So yeah. Let me go over, and for YouTube, let me pull up YouTube so I can end the stream over there. Sorry, the game hates it when I alt tab out. I love the menu theme. The do 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 do. I like it, but it's like I can't alt tab out for this game. All right. Let me go over here and pull this up. All right. And then let me go over to look for a raid for Twitch. I believe that... Yeah, we technically just raided Kirito last time, but also it's Kirito's birthday. So let's go say hi. Let's go say hi over there. So let me go. I will get that raid set up. Raid Kirito Narukami. And then he seems to be playing, I believe, a horror game. It looks like a horror game. So I'll see how long I can stay, but I will try my best. Let's go wish him a happy birthday. We set up that raid. All right. Alrighty, cool. Well, if you are here, oh, let me go over to ending screen. I forget how to stream and do things. All right. If you are here, thank you so much for hanging out for a little bit. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll try and be back with some more of this game next week, and also some 100 Line Last Defense Academy. And if I'm feeling up to it, we'll start a new game as well. So, but have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever time it is. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye bye.